Right. Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about building a 3D multiplayer shooter game in Clojure. As you can see, the title is The Making of Masters, my game. So let's get started. So who am I? Yeah, I'm Ertugrul Cetin. It's Ertu for short. It's a very long name, hard to pronounce. So I've been using Clojure since 2015, almost a decade now. And for the last 4 years, I'm doing some hobbyist game development. Did a couple of small games, some 3D applications. Also, I'll mention about those stuff in a minute. And currently, I'm living in Istanbul, Turkey. The city is very popular with its street cats. They're everywhere. If you come here, you can just pet them. They're very funny and cute. And I'm working at iPrally, which is based in Helsinki, Finland. It's a software as a service company. At iPrally, we are building a pattern search technology with advanced AI. We are a Clojure shop and also Python shop. I'm in the product team. I'm working as a full stack Clojure developer. Yeah, this is me in a nutshell. So, yeah, let me talk about some of my previous projects. About 8 years ago, if I'm not wrong, I built Clojure Academy. Clojure Academy is it's like a Code Academy clone for Clojure. Uh, there are like interactive courses, like online text editor, instructions. So it was built for beginners to introduce also Clojure. It's on GitHub, but it's public archive now. It's a very old project. Also, I built Reframe Flow. It's a graph-based visualization tool for reframe event chains. I created this library for myself because I wanted to see my front end, event chains as a whole in a graph, like how they flow. So it was like a developer tool. Then I created a Clojure 3D game engine. Honestly, it's not a game engine; it's a wrapper on top of GMonkey engine. GMonkey engine is a Java game engine, so I did the wrapper. It was used by a couple of people, but not for serious projects. I just wanted to try. I just wanted to provide something for Clojure in 3D space. Also, last year I built this Immersa. Immersa is 3D presentation tool for the web. Basically, it's like 3D PowerPoint for the web. Yeah. Yes. So how did I get into this game development? So it was like 4 years ago. I was just trying to find my new goal. Like I wanted to learn something new, and I thought like maybe 3D graphics, like game development, would be fun. And also, I don't want to like drop the Clojure. I wanted to do something with Clojure. So I was just researching some open source repos, and I found this project, PX3D, thanks to Chris McCormick. He did a really good job there. And I immediately started to study the code. He used 3GS in his project, and also he did some cool stuff with Blender. Once you have some 3D model, and if you just update it, it will also immediately reflect into your program, which was really cool. He created REPL for Blender somehow, and yeah. Then I decided to fork the project and just improve a little bit. As you can see on the right-hand side, the Herfy, the project of mine. So I added a couple of, like multiplayer support Like there's chat over here, and there are a couple of spells like fire. I can't remember what that is. Probably ice, lightning, and yeah, some health bars and mana bar. It's like PvP based prototype, not a real game, of course, but it was really fun. So it was my ticket to do game development, thanks to Chris. A couple of years later, he found my project. I remember because he wrote something about this on Slack. Then I wanted to do something bigger, more complex. So there's this Anion Online. Anion Online was like MMO-like PvP-based game where players can team up with up to like 8 people. You can choose like 2 different races, like human, orc, and there were like classes, warriors, assassins, mage, priest. Uh, I It took almost a year, if I'm not wrong, and I published on Poki.com. So Poki is a web publisher. There are 2 main publishers, Poki and Crazy Games. But the game didn't do very well because it was too hard for the target audience. Mostly they were kids or very young people. The controllers were really clunky, really hard to manage. I did learn my lesson there, but still, I had fun. So it's an experience, right? That brings us to Wizard Masters. Let me play this guy. Yes. So, Wizard Masters is a spell-based third-person shooter game. It's a multiplayer game. So, there are 6 different elemental spells like fire, wind, light, ice, earth, and toxic. And you can use like 2 spells, like a primary. You have primary and secondary spells in a run. And there are 2 game modes, solo and team deathmatch. Also, you can create like private rooms. You can play with your colleagues, friends. Um, of course, it's built with Clojure script, and I use Babylon.js for rendering. I'll come to why like Babylon.js is my choice. For the HUD, I used Reagent and Reframe, obviously. Since it's a full stack Clojure app, used Clojure on the backend. And I would like to share some stats on Crazy Games. So I published this game on Crazy Games. Since it's a multiplayer game, I needed to reach a broad audience. Crazy Games provided this. Otherwise, it's really hard. If it was a single player, it's fine. But if it's a multiplayer, you need players to play. Otherwise, people just quit the game. So there's like over 340,000 total plays, 240,000 total players, little over 5 minutes average time. Rating is 9 out of 10, which isn't that bad, but not that super. I think it did quite okay. Like there are some fans writing on Discord, mostly kids. They're very fun. And uh, yeah, uh, so why Babylon.js? So there are 3 big 3D libraries for the web. So 3GS becomes Babylon.js. When it comes to ease of use, 3GS is very easy to learn, code centric. It doesn't have online editor, which is okay. On the other hand, Play Canvas has online editor. It's very beginner friendly. The editor looks like a Unity, which is good for beginners. Excuse me. And Babylon.js, it has a little bit learning curve, but it's not that bad. You just get used to it after a while. About performance characteristics, these 3 libraries are very similar. Yeah, there are some differences, but yeah, it's not a big deal. So 3GS, it's lightweight, modular. Yeah. Play canvas also fast, optimized for mobile web games. There are too many mobile web games built with play canvas. Babylon.js has a very great performance. They're supporting web GPU from the beginning, which is really cool. This is the next big thing for the web, at least for 3D space. 3GS and Play Canvas, they have moderate documentation quality. On the other hand, Babylon.js has one of the best documentations I've ever seen among those guys. Uh, there are lots of live examples. There are playgrounds. You can just submit your code and just show, hey, I can find my bug and so on. Yeah, it's very nice. 3GS is the most popular one. According to that, it has the largest community and very active. Play Canvas has the smallest community, I would say. Babylon.js is between the 3GS and Play Canvas, but it has very strong community and they are very responsive. If you need to add something, you just go to a forum and they will just help you out. They're great. All right, let's see some code. Just a second. All right. All right, this is Wizard Masters. So I'll go through this code, how I implement my game logic, and so on. Let's just check this character over here. So this is our guy. I can control the character with WASD keys and arrows as well. Space for jump. If I hold space, I can fly. So this is my base attack of fire, and this is sorcery of fire, and there's ice, and there's this frost thingy. Let's check other. Oh, there's also dash. I forgot to mention. Let's try other spells as well. Wind and light. Yes, this is wind. If I hit the ground like this, it just makes me go up, and I can create tornado and some lighting, other lighting. Yes. All right. Let's try toxic and earth. Yes. So the base attack of toxic is this. If I go through that stuff, it slows me down for a sec. And there's this toxic sorcery, this earth, and this thing. It's pretty cool. And also in the game, like I mentioned, you can play with friends, you can create rooms, game modes, private or not. There are some, settings, sound, graphics, controls, pretty standard. Also, yeah, there's shop. So there are a couple of outfits there. Yeah, capes, some attachments. Yeah. Also, yeah, spells info. So there are 12 spells in total. So this column is base attacks. This is sorceries. They have cooldown. Those guys don't have cooldowns. Yes, so let's check this code. All right. I created my own rule system, but also I was influenced by the Clojure library called Odoil Rules by Zach Oaks. It's not the same, but very similar. So there are three important blocks here. So there's what block, when block, and then. So what block defines the dependencies? As you can see here, those are our dependencies. Basically, it's a hash map. So keys press, pointer lock, player ground, and so on. In order to trigger this rule, each field should be set in a value besides nil. Then we can just trigger the rule. Once the rule triggered, we run this when block. This when block is optional, by the way. It's not mandatory. Let's check this player jump rule. All right. So we check the game started. If the user pressed the key space, is the player on ground, not freezing, not stunned, not jump up, not dashing, or he has enough health. Then we can run the stand block, which is just apply. There's some physics engine there, so applying impulse to player's capsules. Player capsule is a physical attribute, so we are applying that as an impulse, and it makes our character jump. So yeah, there are other different attributes. For example, run every 100, which means runs every 100 milliseconds. So why do we have this one? So some rules could be really expensive. They don't need to run in every frame. So I decided to run like every 4 seconds or 500 milliseconds or whatever. So yeah, this kind of needed stuff from my end, and just few rules apply that rule. Also, there is downfalls, which means that do not trigger this rule if the pointer locked, fired up or set up. Yeah, it also eliminates the infinite loops and so on. There's also when would we change true, which means if the pointer locked value goes from true to false, then we will just trigger that rule. If not, no. There's one allow nil. As I said at the beginning, all values should be set something like besides nil, right? So this just allows nils as well, but I just use this attribute in one rule if I'm not wrong. It's very rare. So, okay, let's do some REPL-driven game development. So my character's normal speed is 8. So let's make it 15. All right, so let's try. Okay, it's going faster but not noticeable. So let me just increase a bit more. All right. Yes, it's very fast right now. All right, it's cool. Let's try this jump force 3000, and let's revert this guy. Okay, so let's go. Wow, it goes to the sky. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's check this other block. Oh yeah, so Babylon.js is providing this method. So there's a function called on before render. We are triggering our rules in this callback. So we are firing up this delta time, excuse me, and there's current time. So like rules that have this delta time, they will be just triggered constantly. Yeah, this is the core of the rules engine. Yeah, like heart of the rule engine, I would say. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can also disable some rules. There's levitate, which makes the character fly like this. If I hold space, let me just a sec, revert this. Yeah, so I can fly with holding space. Let me just disable that rule. I can't fly anymore. Yeah, shame. Let me just also enable. Here you go. Cool. So yeah, let's load some maps over here. I have 3 maps for this game. Arena, I think, yeah, okay, this one. Okay, this is an arena. It's for just solo death matches, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so like red team spawns here, there, and blue team spawns here. Let's go to the other one. Yeah, this is the previous one, if I'm not wrong. Oops. Yeah, I can load like maps on the fly, which is really cool. I can test a bunch of different stuff and ruins. Oh yeah. Oops. Uh, okay. It's, I'm spawning here because server decides the map. Since I'm manipulating the maps in the client, the respawning positions are wrong. But let me hack a little bit. So my mana is enough. So let me make my mana infinite. So I can go to the map without an issue like this. Yes. All right, cool. So this was the real map. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's update some particles. Let's try something. All right, so we have this particle. Oh, the fire one. I need to choose the fire one. Okay, so it explodes, as you can see here. Let me just go up here. Yeah. So let's change the color of this explosion, right? I'm just going to disable the color gradient. It's sent it to REPL. Oops, it didn't work out because fireball explode. Fireball explode. Let me just check. Fireball explode. Let me just refresh the page. I'm not sure what the issue is. Okay. Okay, success. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, as you can see, it's all white, black, gray. I just changed the color of it. Also, let's change, let's see. Yeah, limit velocity gradients. Disable it. All right, just a sec here. So it goes all over the place, like it's not limiting anymore. Once I revert it back, did I get this? Yes, success. Yeah. And there are size gradients. Yeah, there's a circle. Let me also update this one. Okay, there's this a circle ring actually. I'm going to just make it bigger. Min scale X, max scale Y. Yes, it's bigger now. So it could be like a very easy thing to do, but I think it's very important because if I had to use any other language, I had to restart the game over and over again for each change. So this fast feedback loop helps a lot. When it comes to shooter game like this one, fine tuning is the one of the most critical thing. So you need to like tweak every different attributes, values to find the sweet spot. So REPL helps a lot in this matter. Yeah, I created all my particles, like character controls like this. So I don't, lose the context state, just focus on the parameters and values, fast feedback loops. It helps a lot. Yeah. What else? I think that's it for the client side. Just go to the slides. Yes. For the network code, so when a player joins, there's this WebSocket connection is established, and backend starts to send word snapshots to players at a tick rate of 20, which means every 50 milliseconds. Then clients start to send players updated server tick rate of 30, which is like every 33 milliseconds. Those are the kind of not default, but those are the values I found online while I was reading some articles about this networking stuff. And there are like separate processes handle spellcasting, damage calculations, and player deaths. I will show you in a bit. Async operations are handled using custom library built on top of Manifold. I built this library for myself for Anion Online, my previous project. Yeah, I use the same backend for the visit masters as well. Basically, the async library just collecting incoming messages, puts into a queue, and those messages are dispatched to registered procedures for handling. It's not a magical thing. Yeah, it works. So, yeah, there's leaderboard in the game, and I'm using Redis. It was a straightforward solution. Yeah. So let's check some Supernova procedure, which is client networking code here. All right. So register Reg Pro is registering a procedure. This is the topic, Supernova. So once a player spells this Supernova spell, we have this stuff going on. So add Supernova, which is for visual effect stream, so everyone can see you are casting that spell. And we have apply range damage. We are passing current player ID. It's coming from here. And position of the Supernova, radius, diameter. This doesn't make sense. I know radius is just the half of the diameter, but so some technical depth probably. Max damage and damage pro ID. If one of your enemies, get this, Supernova, this rule will be triggered, procedure will be triggered. So let's check apply range damage code. So yeah, so in here, we are fetching the room ID, current room ID. So there are multiple rooms. Each room can handle 8 players maximum. So after that, we are getting the current player IDs based on that room ID. And the my team, I was blue in the blue team in the game. So also we are fetching players within that range. Let's see, just a sec. Maybe let's just, okay, yeah. So let's see, player distance within range. Yeah, we are doing some calculations there. Player ID, when player ID is not a current player ID, is the player enemy. If he has enough health, this is not important. If it's within range, we are doing some calculations. So we are returning players that's within that range. Then we are going to calculate those damages. So there's this generate damage function. So we are passing the distance, max damage, area of effect diameter, shape type. Supernova is Sapphire, but there are other spells that are not Sapphire, like lightning stuff that I showed you earlier. So based on that, we have this damage. So you get this damage for player. If you are close to origin of the spell, you get more damage. If you just go further, you get less damage. This is the, this guy's doing the calculation for it. And then we are updating the world. If the player died, we update some stats and sending message to the player that died. And add damage effect, and let's see. Yeah, and returning damage and positions. Like if you hit, let's say, 3 enemies, you'll get this hit numbers. This is the this fellow over here doing this, returning that info for us. Yeah. Oh yeah. So and there is this. Let me just make it bigger. We have this leaderboard. So we have this daily, weekly, monthly, and all time. And it seems that the strong fat has like almost 5,000 kills and almost 600 deaths. And there's kill death ratio. I think it's quite good. Yeah. And yeah, it's very fun to watch people playing that game and providing some feedback. Let me check something else. Okay. Yeah. So, conclusion. It was really fun to develop games in Clojure. Uh, Due to this Clojure's REPL and live updates, like I just showed you earlier, the repetition is amazing. You can just try things out. Once they work, you just apply to your code base and you're done. Also, one language for both back and front end. Uh, so it minimizes the context switch. There's almost no context switch, to be honest. Babylon.js provided a nice feature set and great documentation. Like I said, they were really responsive on the forum. Too many examples, too many too many great documentations. Yeah. But when it comes to web games, there are a couple of issues, I would say. It's really easy to distribute the game because you're just sharing a link, and there you go. You can play with your friends. But it's limited by performance, size, and monetization challenges. Uh, when I say performance, if you have some native game that written in C or C++, like Clojure script, like JavaScript, can't compete with C++. And there are some not problems, but there are some WebGL limitations that it can't perform really well. So your game, as I'm talking about 3D games, your game needs to be small, very well optimized. Uh, Also, your bundle size should be very low because no one is going to wait for 500 megabytes of game for the web. It's not going to happen. And if you want to make some money, there are like web games. They're all ads based, which kills immersion. So either you have to sell uh, on web, but web gamers, they don't want to buy games in general through web. Yeah. Also, yeah, building custom tools taught valuable lessons, but cost too much time. I had to create my couple of scripts, a couple of like tooling for myself because they didn't exist. For example, I have to, there's FBX file format. I have to open this Blender, convert to GLB, export as GLB, then optimize and compress this GLB and import to my game, which was really time consuming. But mainstream engines, they don't have those kind of issues. You just import FBX, you just do lots of stuff in it. You don't have to go outside. And they have too many plugins, add-ons, too many resources, assets. So yeah, but this is like oranges and apples stuff. Yeah. So reaching a large audience without major portals like crazy games is hard. Especially if your game is multiplayer, you need an audience. So Pocky or quiz games are the only options that I can think of. Without them, you just share each IO or through your Twitter, and yeah, probably it will just reach a couple of people. Yeah, that's it, probably. Uh, yeah, I think that's all, I guess. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, I can answer those.